Grand Rising, everyone. Hope you guys are okay. Hope everything is going as planned. This is Desamos, and you are welcome to the channel of truth, enlightenment, freedom, and the channel of breaking empires free. If you are new on this channel, I talk about narcissism and narcissistic abuse. I talk about spirituality. I talk about personal and self-development. And if that's what resonates with you, I invite you guys to join us, give us a like, share this video with friends, and you may subscribe if you haven't already. And for those that have always been with us, you are welcome back. And I thank you for your love and support. Many people talk about spiritual awakening, but they don't really tell you the details. Okay? Spiritual awakening can happen to anyone. It might be a smooth one, easy one, spontaneous one. It might as well be a very brutal spiritual awakening. Now, mine was brutal. Maybe yours is different. Mine was a brutal one. Okay? So I had been going through long periods of narcissistic abuse, and in that process, something triggered me to awaken. Now, by the way, when I got this awakening, I did not know I was going through a spiritual awakening. I didn't even know what happened. Of course, I knew that something had changed, shifted in my consciousness, but I didn't have all the little details. But as the time went on, I was learning a little bit of things online. I was watching different coaches. That's when I actually figured out I had just had a very massive spiritual awakening. Life will not be business as usual. So you need to prepare for a very, I could say, vigorous transformation, something that is going to rock you out of your chair. But at the same time, it is not something to be afraid about. It's good to prepare so you know what to expect, but it is not something you're prepared for. So, like I said, it is not going to be business as usual. I'll discuss to you in this video about 10 things that are going to happen when you have gone through a spiritual awakening. Number one of the challenges you will face as a person that is awake will be the struggle to, I could say, tell the difference between the truth and the lies. Or I could say separate the facts from the illusion. Many years ago, you used to believe everything. You used to believe everyone. So you used to move in a way that was pretty much more comfortable to you. However much it was very destructive, it was as well comfortable for you. It was your safe zone, familiar space. Now, you find a lot of people who are, I could give you an example of going through abuse. They understand they are living with a very toxic parent. They understand they are living with a very toxic friend. Maybe they have got a very toxic neighbor. They understand what is happening. They know because they experience this on a daily basis. But their mind has convinced them that it is okay to be abused. That is what I was thinking 7 years ago. So I didn't know that there was people who are emotionally manipulative. And I didn't know that my life was getting destroyed at that time. So when I got this spiritual awakening, I started to separate most of the things I'd always believed in that particular relationship. And I started to understand that this whole thing was an illusion, okay? So it was just a setup to keep me trapped in those kind of entanglements, meaningless entanglements. And there can be so many scenarios where you may now start to question everything. And you're choosing the truth. You're choosing the truth. Yes, you understand you've been there, but you no longer want to participate in that illusion. So you separate yourself from the illusion so that you can follow the truth. That is one of the things that will happen when a person has gone through a spiritual awakening. Number two, you might as well be prepared to walk a very lonely path. I think it was about 6 months into my journey. That is when I discovered that I was very lonely. I did not understand what loneliness was many years ago. I used to have people popping in and out, walking in and out. I would meet different people. I would be sometimes all over the place. Then at this point in time, I realized there was nobody there. It feels like you are on a journey and looking around you, there's nobody close. You cannot discuss anything with anyone. You cannot meet people the same way you used to do. So things are different. You are very, very lonely. And in that moment, I think is when you're going through that dark night of the soul. You are kind of introspecting on a lot of things, your personal life, what has been going on, what has been going down over the years. You're trying to make sense of everything. And sometimes it's hard for you to explain these things to people. You cannot sit down with somebody and explain to them what you see or what you do know. It is very difficult, especially your old friend circles. They cannot get you. So it brings you, or I could say it pushes you in that little space where you're going to really, really feel lonely and isolated. So I did a video about the loneliness. It was about 6 months into my journey when I started producing videos. So for the most of you guys who are going through this process, you also need to prepare. Just understand that it's going to be lonely. It is going to be, this is your journey, okay? It is not a journey that everybody is going to be on the similar journey around you. It is going to be your own unique journey, but it is going to be really, really lonely. You're going to be separated from friends. You will be separated from family members or whatever, sometimes workmates. You will be separated from a lot of people. The universe wants you in a little corner so that you can focus on yourself and for the very first time be able to do you and do the things that pretty much resonate with your soul. Because you're going to go through a lot of transformations, and those transformations happen during the loneliness. It is through that dark moments that you're able to find yourself. Because remember that you're going on this journey of self-realization and self-discovery. So whatever it is you thought many years ago, your identity, that is no longer your identity. You understand that you was a different person because you was living within your ego. So in that process as well, understand that it is going to be lonely. It is nothing to be scared about. We have all been there, but you will come out of that loneliness stage at some point in time. Number 3, why I believe this is a very strange, I could say, uncomfortable journey going through a spiritual awakening is when you will, as an individual who has gone through an awakening, you're going to be overly conscious about everything. Each and everything that is around you is starting to make sense. So you have tapped into this dimension which allows you to see things and sometimes events, and you can make sense of a lot of things. Why is this person saying this? Why have these people appeared? Why are you seeing these signs? Why are you seeing a lot of things? So there is things you are very conscious about, and you understand that there are no coincidences on this universe. Everything that you see happening around you is by divine order. It has been actually happening many years of your life, but you wasn't pretty much aware of it. But post-awakening, it is when you really, really get more conscious about each and every event that is happening around you. So you're going to be a very conscious person. You will try to make a lot of sense of everything and anything that is happening around you. Number 4, why I believe spiritual awakening is not for the weak is at some point earlier on in your journey, you will lose your old identity. So some of the things you will hear people say when they have gone through an awakening is like they cannot recognize who they was. It is like they are shedding off that old identity. And they are pretty much worried. Is it like they are going crazy or what is happening to them? Why are they all of a sudden feeling a certain way? Most of the things used to excite them don't no longer make sense. They don't know where they are going, but at the same time, they are also shedding off this old identity. And you feel like you are giving birth to this new identity. So you may sometimes run into old friends and family members. They may start telling you things like, oh, you have changed a lot. We don't recognize you. I don't know if you're crazy. What is going on with you? Maybe you need to seek help and stuff like that. That is because you are actually feeling as an individual that you are really going crazy, even if you really don't understand what exactly is happening. So on that journey as well, you are going to lose that old identity because you are in the process giving birth to the new version of you, but the old version of you has got to go. So you will lose a lot of things that used to describe you as a person way back in time. Number five, why spiritual awakening is not for the weak is you will also have a different preference when it comes to habits. You know, the things that used to excite you. You know, you used to enjoy these little coffee shops. You used to enjoy that game on TV. You used to enjoy watching these episodes. You used to enjoy whatever the things that used to make you happy. You have a deep feeling that you need to start making some adjustments from your old lifestyle. And a lot of the things that you used to do no longer make sense to you. So you're starting to change and develop new habits. You may not be a person, for example, who was very prayerful. All of a sudden, every single second you are into prayer, you're praying, you're doing something, you're meditating. Maybe you have joined the gym in the corner. You have, you have joined um, a new habit of doing something you've never done before. Okay, so you may sometimes find yourself developing some new habits. You will learn and develop some new habits, but this time is going to be a little bit more conscious. So you are going to step into more healthier habits because you are now starting to shed the skin and you becoming the new version of yourself. So as a person that is also going through a spiritual awakening, you will also change a lot of recognize a lot of change in hobbies and habits and interests. Okay, the things that used to interest you back in the days no longer make sense. You are stepping into new habits. Now, another thing which is also very uncomfortable that normally happens when you go through a spiritual awakening, you may start losing things. You're going to start losing things. You're going to start losing your jobs. You may either lose your job where you may actually be suspended or sent out of work. You may be sometimes sent out of your homes. You may sometimes be. So basically, what is really happening is you're losing a lot of things. You're losing your jobs. You're losing your friends. You're losing your. Sometimes you're losing your homes. You may start to see you're losing your cars. You're going to start losing things around you. Why do I say it's uncomfortable? Because sometimes the universe, what you don't really understand and what you don't see happening behind the scenes is that the universe is now starting to make some big moves behind the scenes, even if you don't actually see it. And the universe is removing some things away from you. Because the journey that you started embarking on, that spiritual journey, is going to be a journey with a completely new identity. So you are going to lose a lot of things. So the universe knows what is good for you. If the universe feels that your job is going to hinder your spiritual journey or hinder you in this process of spiritual awakening, the universe is going to remove that job. It will remove everything that no longer aligns with your highest self. So if you find yourself experiencing a loss of a lot of things, you'll be fired from work, maybe you decided to quit your job or something like that, that is part of the process. You're going through a massive spiritual awakening, okay? Number 6 will be you might have a very deep and burning desire to find your purpose in this lifetime. Now, yes, you had a job. You had your regular job, 9 to 5. You had something that you used to do back in the days. But the fact that you're going through an awakening, they are no longer making sense. So basically what is really happening is that during that moment of silence and self-introspection as well, you are very eager and willing to really do whatever it takes to find meaning in life. So you have got a very deep, I could say, big burning desire to find a purpose, something that you really, really want to do from your soul. It's not like something you have been told to do. You want to do something that you would like to do that makes a lot of more sense to yourself, and also you want to impact other people in many different ways. That's what they call purpose. So purpose is not like a job. They are two different things. Another one of the things that will happen on that journey when you have gone through a spiritual awakening, it will be when you can no longer allow people into your home. Now, you remember back in the days when it was weekend, there was a party going on, you had friends coming in and out of your house, the old lifestyle you used to live, people that used to enjoy being around you. Maybe sometimes it was vice versa. You used to go and visit people all the time. Let's go this way, let's go left, let's go right. You was all over the place. But now you are in this zone where you are a little bit more conscious about who is actually walking into your house. So you no longer feel like you can open the door for everybody, because now you understand that some people may be operating in their lowest self, and sometimes people also have got different attachment with certain spirits, and you are aware of this spiritual world. So sometimes you are a bit afraid of inviting people into your home. Even sometimes you are not comfortable going around and visiting people all over the place. Number 8, which is also one of the very common ones. Now, you might have had some people that are going through spiritual awakening. Some of them choose to go celibate. There's people who may, like the ladies out there, you may decide to go celibate. You may say, okay, you're not going to be giving your body out like that the same way that you used to. You're doing a lot of cleansing, physical and spiritually, and you no longer want to engage in any form of intimacy or sexual acts with just pretty much everybody. So if you're a person who used to get laid all the time, you used to date women here and there, maybe a woman used to date men all over the place, you have stopped all those habits, and you are very, very cautious about who you want to share your energy with. Again, it comes back to energy. You understand how energy operates and how energy works. And you're also very much conscious about the people that you want to share your body with, because you understand that this whole thing of sex and intimacy, it is not only physical, but it's also spiritual. So you want to make sure that you get a connection with a person that is of a similar energy. So you may find yourself going long periods of, no sex, no intimacy. You may go celibate if you're a woman. If you're a man, some men choose to go nofap. You've heard about this thing they call nofap, where like they are stopping to spread their seed all over the place. They are understanding the quality of their semen, so they're withholding their semen to be used for recreation and creating different things in their lives. Now, on that journey of spiritual awakening, one of the things as well you realize is you are going to pretty much get connected with Source. In my journey and my experience, it was a lot of downloads. I couldn't understand where the downloads was coming from. I could just wake up with a lot of insights, hundreds of them. I ended up getting these books and writing. Everything would come to my mind. I would just write it down, and you're getting a lot of downloads. The reason why you're getting a lot of downloads is because you're operating on a different timeline. If you haven't yet arrived, you are on the way to start doing things from a different timeline. Okay, so you have stepped into a higher consciousness, and this allows you to connect really, to get a clear and proper connection with the divine, with Source, with the Most High, and that's where actually the downloads are coming from. So you may sometimes find yourself speaking a certain language. You may sometimes find yourself following the different things, new things. There's a lot of things that are happening, but much more on a spiritual level. Those are some of the things was never familiar to you way back in time. So what is really happening is that you can actually see through the spirit. You are connected to spirit. You are connected to the Most High. You see things. You can download information. You get a lot of insights. You don't even know where those insights are really coming from. So that is also sometimes may be a little bit uncomfortable, because you're not used to this. It is something new to you. You haven't yet had this experience. Now all of a sudden it's happening and you cannot stop it. So don't fight with those experiences. When you see things are happening like that, you really have to know that that is part of the process that happens when a person is going through a massive awakening. It all represents transformation, physical, spiritual, and emotional transformation. You are going through a very big transformation. You're having a lot of ego deaths. So you are releasing the old version of you. You're trying to embrace the new version of you. It hasn't arrived yet, but it is there somewhere else. So you are trying to walk towards the newer version of yourself. So those are the things I can talk about, the experiences you will have when you are a person that is going through a spiritual awakening. I don't know which of them resonates with you. Maybe there's something I've not mentioned in the video. Let us know in the comment section below. You guys know I do love and appreciate your support. Please book a session. You may donate or support my channel if you want to. Everything you need, you will find it in the description below. And until then, I'll catch you guys in my next one. There's almost signing out. Much love and blessings. Peace.